What's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me here again for another episode of Breaking Bad. So hyped for today because loved the last episode so much. So many crazy things happening. Biggest obviously being that Walter finally performed his first kill of the show. I don't know what else to expect from him, but that's the first time we've seen anything like that from him, and the scene was just phenomenal, and I am really excited to see how that affects his character going forward, because he was definitely shaken up about it a lot afterwards, and it looks like it's pushed him towards maybe confessing to his wife about his cancer. That was my guess at the end of last episode, that what he's going to tell Skyler is that he has cancer. I don't think he's going to tell her anything about the body or killing somebody. That seems a little too drastic for him at this point, but we'll see what happens. And then obviously we learn a little bit about her sister, Skyler's sister, doing a little bit of digging, obviously at first into Walter Jr., and we'll see if anything happens from there with the uncle who's a DEA agent. But a lot of different moving pieces going on right now, and Jesse obviously almost getting caught last episode. He was kind of a minor part of last episode. He wasn't in it as much as the first couple, so it'll be interesting to see if he comes back into a main role, especially after seeing what Walter did. Probably has a little bit more respect for him, so we'll see if their bond strengthens or if they keep working together at all. But as always, if you would like to watch along with me for the entire episode, definitely check out my Patreon link in the description. That's where you can find access to that, as well as full-length reactions and commentaries to the other things on my channel, so I'd love to see you there. But I also appreciate all of your support on here as well. Really love engaging with you all. Obviously in these videos, the Breaking Bad reactions, I'm avoiding the comments just for spoilers' sake. I know most of you probably aren't doing that, but just for my sanity, I'm sticking away. So if you see me not in the comments of these videos as much, that's why. But I still will, once I finish, I'll still go back through, read a bunch of comments and things like that, so they won't go unnoticed for sure. And if by the end of this video you enjoyed it, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. That helps the channel out, helps the video reach more people, and so I appreciate all of you who do that. But without further ado, I'm so excited, so let's get into episode 4.
Say hello to Domingo Gallardo Molina, aka Crazy 8.
Oh.
Last guy he ratted out was none other than his cousin, Emilio Koyama.
Shoot, man, they're gonna be on Walter and Jesse's trail soon enough.
We take it to the lab. They come back, they tell us it is the purest they've ever seen. Our chemist is blown away, said he couldn't do the same thing better.
Dang, Walter is good at what he does, if that's what they're saying about it. Well, as bad as the profession may be, Walter has certainly found a place to utilize his talents to the fullest capacity.
Hey, Sky, you got any more chicken? Emerald here is gonna need a fresh pack. Bam!
Man, I love so much that Walter has to deal with his brother-in-law. It's not just some random cop, it's someone who's super close to him. Love that concept, or that decision.
It got to be so that I would only go in when I knew she was working. We would both be doing the New York Times crossword puzzle. I began saying, excuse me, 14 across, 7-letter word for whatchamacallit. Boy, I tell you, I was terrible at those puzzles.
Oh man, he definitely told her, didn't he? She's feeling the pain, but I also loved hearing that story as well. It's cool to get the backstory on it. He's gonna have to tell his son too.
Cancer. Lung cancer. It's bad.
Well, I predicted right on what he was going to tell her, but it's sad seeing the results of him telling her that in action. She's definitely taking it hard. I mean, how could you not take it hard?
The one time you complained about that they didn't give you the right kind of, I don't know, some kind of ventilation hood or something, and then the headaches.
It wasn't that.
Her acting is great in this episode so far. The first couple, she was just kind of a little side character or anything like that, but she's really shown her acting range in this one.
Whatever happens, I hope this goes without saying, but I want you to know that I'll always take care of your family.
This guy's awesome, man. Also, that's gonna make things really awkward later if he somehow ends up discovering Walter's involved with all the drug and meth stuff, because that was such a good moment right there. I'd hate to see their relationship shattered.
Just recently cooked the best batch ever. Came up with this whole new recipe. It's more like a formula. Best Dante ever.
News is gonna spread, man. People are gonna start knowing that Jesse's the one behind the new strain. Is he hallucinating? Oh no, they really there. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's about as opposite as you could possibly get from what he was seeing. So he definitely was hallucinating. He does such a great job in this role. I 100% believe he actually has lung cancer. His performance is so convincing. Are they coming for him? Does he have anything in the car? Oh no, he's got the wad of cash with him. Not today. That's gotta be a rough life though, man. Because literally every time you see a cop from here on out, you're gonna be breathing real heavy. We'll never feel safe.
Yeah, am I gonna have to come down there and whoop your ass?
We gonna get an early appearance of Angry Walter? I have a feeling Ken's about to lose.
Roll her in flour and look for the wet spot before you hit that, man. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stink does not wash off.
This guy is a major tool.
Right.
Sir.
Oh, that stare from Walter. Love that. Man is fuming.
What the hell are you doing out here?
Are these Jesse's parents?
Hey, Dad.
Whoa. I would have never guessed those guys are related. They seem about as different as you could get personality and attitude-wise.
We are not doing this again. We said we'd lay down the law. We lay down the law.
Oh, he's helping set the table. Love it. He earned his spot, at least for a little bit longer. Man, I love that they're introducing a little bit of moral ambiguity to the characters over the past few episodes. Last one, Walter. This episode, Jesse. Obviously, it's not a complete moral shift. He's just doing a few kind things for his parents, but I still like seeing the different side of him.
You know, I just think that things have a way of working themselves out.
I like that. The relationships between people in this show are done in such a, I feel, realistic way. They aren't some fairy tale where every response is well thought out or right away. Like in that moment, Walter said something. Walter Jr. just kind of acknowledged it, but he didn't say anything, and the conversation ended.
You play the flute?
It's a piccolo, actually.
Dude, play some Jethro Tull. Like, oh, we can't let that scumbag warp the mind of our favorite son.
I'm the favorite? Practically all they ever talk about.
What's he gonna do with that information? Knowing that your parents are thinking about you all the time. Well, pretty much all the time, I'm guessing. Definitely makes you reconsider what you're doing. I know how I mentioned at the beginning of the episode in my intro how Jesse wasn't really in the last episode. I like how we're getting like a whole Jesse episode in this one, pretty much. Kind of how last episode was Walter's episode.
Seriously, I got dudes that would give their left nut for a little more.
Get the hell off my property.
What? I'm just saying.
And don't come back.
Walter sticking to his guns, my man. I love when they're in a scene together. They play off each other so well.
But the treatments we have at our disposal can be very effective.
What about the side effects?
Typically, there's hair loss. You may find yourself unusually fatigued, muscle aches and pains, gums that get sore and bleed. Of course, there's the possibility of nausea.
That's some scary stuff, man. It's giving me Chernobyl flashbacks. Obviously, since it's dealing radiation with radiation, it would have similar effects. It's not like a lethal dose of it or anything, but...
Got anything to say?
How many times have we said right here and had the same conversation over and over again? And it makes us feel like fools.
This conversation's too real, man.
We need you to leave.
Dang, that was a rough scene, man. Hate seeing parents feeling bad. And his parents seem like nice parents, so makes it even harder. Jesse had a shot, man, to turn things around. He blew it.
Thanks for not telling on me. You think I could have it back?
No way. Oh, that changes everything. Jesse's taking the fall for his brother. Oh, dude, that sucks. Kudos to Jesse for doing that. That's makes me think he's a much bigger man than I thought a few seconds ago. Sad that his parents feel bad about him all over again, though. Just some phenomenal writing in this show. Love all the situations the characters are put in.
Well, there's the money discussion. I think, no, $90,000 out of pocket. Maybe more.
That's insane.
Am I supposed to leave you with all that debt? I just don't want emotions ruling us.
Then why don't you just die already?
Oh, shoot, dude. I understand he's coming from a place of sadness and pain, but still, that hurts so much for Walter and Skyler. So uncomfortable. Oh, gosh. That thing's getting really serious.
Yeah, dude, I'm not worried.
Ken is about to lose. Bro, give me some angry Walter. It's conflicting because I love when he gets angry. It's such good emotion and acting, but at the same time, it's breaking down his character, which is sad. What is he doing? Walter, you... Oh my gosh. That cool and calm walkaway was so sick. This dude's a vigilante icon now, taking justice into his own hands. Love it. Man, glad we got a little bit of angry Walter there at the end. They used it sparingly. They've been using it sparingly all show. But the moments that we get are definitely worth the wait. This show is just so freaking enjoyable to watch. I'm loving every second of it so far. So engrossed in the story and the characters. They're all fleshed out so well. I love the writing of the show. I feel like everybody so far, especially after this episode, has had kind of all of their own special big moments, character development. And so going forward, I'm just going to be super attached to what happens to them and their each individual stories, because obviously Walter, the main character, he's had the most character development and definitely the one that I'm most interested in at this point. But especially in this episode, we get a little bit more of involvement with Skyler. I feel like this was the best episode for her character because we get to see a little bit more of the emotions that she's dealing with, especially with learning about Walt's cancer. And this was the best Jesse episode for me as well because we get to see a little bit of a look into his past and his family and how it contrasts with his decision making, and saw a couple of cool moments with him, whether it be him sticking up or covering for his brother and taking the fall, but also saw a little bit of the moral dilemma that he dealt with. Obviously, he gave in to selling and wanting to get back into the meth game and stuff, but there's definitely some inner turmoil within him, I feel like, with his decisions and lifestyle. He's not just fully ruthless drug addict. He still has a kind of softer side or a more reasonable, thoughtful side. So I really appreciated his depiction in this episode. We also got introduced to the potential cancer treatments that he's going to go through. I don't know what he's going to do with that. Obviously, the $90,000 bill definitely could push him back into doing another batch with Jesse crystal meth, and so it'll be interesting to see if that's what pushes him back into it, because he was very convinced and convincing that he was completely done with that stuff in this episode with his confrontation with Jesse. And so we'll see if he's able to stay strong. I'm betting that once the bills start piling up, if he does go through with it, he may not even go through with that particular procedure, but if he does, I think it's definitely going to be the catalyst that makes him get back into things. He already had enough trouble trying to cover up and get out of the first situation, so I can't imagine all the issues he'll have if he gets back into it and starts having the same relationship issues and problems that he dealt with before, especially since the cops are kind of already on their trail now, whereas before they didn't have any leads on them or anything. So I'm definitely hooked. Love the show. Cannot wait for the next episode. Really enjoying these, so hopefully you're enjoying watching my reactions. If you enjoyed this one specifically, definitely consider leaving a thumbs up. That helps the channel grow, helps the video reach more people, so I appreciate all of you who do that. And definitely looking forward to the next episode. Hopefully you are as well. Again, if you'd like to watch along with me for the full-length episodes, definitely check out my Patreon link in the description. That's where you can find that. But until the next one, I will see you all later. Peace.